Hey there, everyone. Good morning. I'm recording this on the 19th of January, and today I'd like to welcome you to episode 9 of the Building in Public series. Today, we're pretty much just going to go through what I typically do through my design process. Essentially, how I design websites for clients to showcase, and I thought it would just be quite fun to show the process of how I design stuff and ultimately what goes on, I suppose, behind the scenes when you design websites. Today, as you can see here now, we're basically designing a website for a law client, and these guys are a mediator company, or they will be a mediator company. They're going to be launching sometime in the next few months. So obviously, I decided that yesterday I'm going to do some designs for them to basically try and get their understanding of what it is they like, how they want websites to flow, and how, I suppose, how they want the brand to look. Now, obviously, what you can see here is me going through making sure that the logo and obviously the header and everything lines up, because one thing that I like the look of with modern and professional sites are things like transparent headers and stuff like that. I think it's a really cool touch to not take anything away from the overall page and everything like that, and it's a really good way to make content kind of just sit neatly, and just make sure everything works in tandem with each other. But pretty much what you can see here now is me obviously designing the first template for the client. Typically, when it comes to the first templates of websites, I always try to make these quite basic in a sense, just to get a look and feel of how clients like the site, what they don't like about it, and so on and so on. And then pretty much what happens as I go through the different templates. So, as an example, I said, now template 1 is pretty basic. Template 2 will be a bit more of a design, more of a tailored design approach. So I might tailor it for things like landing pages where people can fill out forms, people can get in touch really quickly, and everything like that. And we pretty much just build that out. Obviously, when it comes to template 3, then my whole idea behind the third template and everything going forward is for me to basically put my own complete spin on it. So the client, before we get to this point, would have probably had a meeting to discuss things like their competitors, who they want to compete with, what sites they like the look of, and stuff like that. And basically the templates going forward from there then will pretty much just be that. Will be me freehanding different designs, we'll be getting inspiration from other sites and building them out around that, and that's pretty much my design process in a nutshell. Obviously here now what you can see is me using ChatGPT to build part of the site out. And if you remember back to my episode yesterday, episode 7, episode 7, 2 days ago, you would have seen that I mentioned that using AI is something that you need to utilize as a business owner, right? And this is one of the reasons why, because it makes you work so much faster. And don't get me wrong, these design processes, can take hours, sometimes even days to do. I mean, to be fair, this I believe took us from 6 a.m. until about 2 or 3 p.m. I think, just to get the actual designs in place. And obviously you can see here I'm building out the affiliate section for them. Obviously I'm putting the logos together, and I'm using, I suppose, some elements of my Photoshop skills to make everything line up and work effectively. Now, one thing I always do get when it comes to websites and everything like that, people always ask me, what do you use to build websites? And for me personally, for the last 3 or 4 years, I've always used Elementor to build my websites. Elementor is a WordPress web page builder. I suppose you could call it. It's a drag and drop builder, but it also has tons of functionality to make things, to make things really work well with each other. And don't get me wrong, it is very daunting, when you try to build your own website. But honestly, Elementor is one of those. One of the main reasons I use it is to make sure that from a client perspective, that they understand how to use it as well, even if it's just to do basic changes. And honestly, I've not had any issues with clients using it so far. And yeah, I suppose that's one of the reasons again why I use it, is to be more client facing as well. Now, carrying on, obviously, one thing you can see here going forward is I'm just putting the logos of affiliates together. And you can see there we make a nice, pretty simple affiliate section. Obviously adding tons of people in there and everything. And one thing I do like about these guys is that they actually support a lot of charities as well, which is really cool. I don't think I've ever seen, well, in my research anyway, when I was doing research on like mediators and everything like that, where people actually look at including like charities as their affiliates and stuff, which is quite cool. Now, anyway, carrying on, what you'll see here now is me designing the rest of the service listings out, or the areas of practice out. You'll see here that I'm actually building out, I think there's 3 different types of services. There's mediation services, there's things like, I think I'll actually get it out now 2 seconds, I can't blank. Hold on. Yeah, investigative services, and I believe the last one is legal first aid. Again, now don't get me wrong, this is one thing about website designers you'll get, right? We sometimes have to be trained up a little bit in these areas, right? And do not get me wrong, I do not know the first thing about mediators. I have no idea what they do. I just know that they help resolve agreements, I suppose. But yeah, pretty much what I'm doing here is I'm basically designing the content strictly off of what AI has given me at the moment. Now, again, obviously, do not get me wrong, what I show you here is by no means going to be the end product of this client. All these templates are useful, is, like I said, to get the client's understanding of how they want the design, how they like the design, and things like that. That's literally all this is for. But I thought, you know what, it would be quite a fun video to showcase that for you. You know what I mean? Because I think it would be very good for you guys to see this. It would be very good to see how I work with clients, what my process is, and yeah, pretty much just give you guys that little insight. Now, as you can see here, right, this is me building out the second template for this site. And my idea behind this is to basically give the client more of a landing page-esque design. Now, if you remember me saying, when it comes to people's attention span, it is quite short. And we obviously have to take that into effect when we build websites. And one of the easiest ways to secure that attention very, very quickly is to actually use things like landing page forms, or people to call us straight away. Because typically when people search for terms like mediation in Ammanford or Carmarthen or Crossant or Swansea or whatever location they're looking at, in Wales in this instance, right? Typically what people will do is they will do one or two things. They'll go to business profiles, so they'll find the top 3 businesses, phone them, do whatever it is, or they'll go to their websites, right? And obviously one of the first things that people look at is how accessible are they, how quickly can they get in touch with them, and obviously the second one then, without people even realizing, is how well the website is designed. You know what I mean? And that's one of the reasons why I suppose you want to look at getting website designers on board, is because obviously they'll have a knack for design that some people may not have, right? And that's where we come in, pretty much. That's where that's why we help do that. But obviously, as you can see here now, we are coming to the tail end of the video, and pretty much all I'm doing here is just tidying up that second page, and just making sure it's ready to go live. I did say that I did do a third design, but I didn't actually manage to record that. But overall, guys, yeah, this is pretty much our template design process. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you like more videos like this, or if you would like any other recommendations. But yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I shall see you tomorrow for episode 10.